What if the Yellowstone Supervolcano erupted today? Deep beneath the serene beauty of Yellowstone National Park lies a sleeping giant. It is not just a volcano, but a supervolcano, a geological force capable of reshaping continents. We often imagine volcanic eruptions as isolated events, but Yellowstone presents a far more terrifying scenario. Its awakening would not be a simple local disaster. Instead, it would trigger a global chain reaction, impacting every corner of our planet. This is a thought experiment, a speculative journey into a future we hope never comes to pass. The initial signs of Yellowstone's awakening would be subtle, yet profoundly alarming. Park rangers and scientists would first notice animals fleeing the park in unprecedented numbers. Geysers, usually predictable, would begin behaving erratically, their powerful jets sputtering or erupting with unusual force. A surge in small earthquakes, far beyond the usual seismic activity, would rattle the region. Satellite imagery would reveal the ground itself swelling, rising by inches over weeks or months. These constant tremors would be felt across multiple states, a persistent, unsettling rumble. The U.S. government would be forced to declare a massive evacuation zone, encompassing Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. Millions would be ordered to leave their homes, leading to gridlocked highways and an unprecedented humanitarian crisis. Despite these dire warnings, the exact moment of eruption would remain agonizingly unpredictable. Then, the colossal roar would herald the earth fracturing. It would be a sound unlike any heard in human history, signaling the release of unimaginable power. Volcanic material would spew kilometers into the sky, a dark column piercing the atmosphere. This would not be a typical eruption, it would be a super eruption. A massive mushroom-shaped cloud, hundreds of kilometers wide, would form, dwarfing any previous volcanic event. Ash would begin to fall across the United States, a relentless, suffocating blanket descending for days. This fine, powdery ash is deceptively heavy. It would accumulate on roofs, causing them to collapse under the immense weight. Sunlight would be blocked, plunging vast regions into an eerie twilight. The ashfall would cripple North America, carried by high-altitude winds across the continent. The central states would bear the brunt, buried under the thickest layers of volcanic debris. Air travel would halt completely, grounding every flight. Vehicles would struggle to operate, their engines clogging with the abrasive ash. Cities like Chicago and Toronto would experience perpetually dimmed skies, their vibrant life muted by the pervasive gloom. People would be confined indoors, their movements restricted by the hazardous air. Schools and businesses would close indefinitely, transforming bustling urban centers into ghost towns. The air would be thick with particulate matter, making breathing difficult and dangerous without proper filtration. Life as we know it would grind to a halt across a vast swathe of the continent. The ash cloud would not remain confined to North America. High-altitude winds would carry it around the planet, encircling the globe within weeks. This vast atmospheric veil would significantly reduce the amount of sunlight reaching Earth's surface. Global temperatures would drop, ushering in a period known as volcanic winter. This dramatic climate shift would disrupt agriculture worldwide, leading to widespread crop failures. Weather patterns would become erratic, with unpredictable storms and prolonged droughts in unexpected regions. The global economy would react instantly, markets plummeting into chaos. Governments would activate emergency food reserves, struggling to feed their populations. While devastating, this event would cause significant global change, but not necessarily human extinction. In the immediate aftermath, communities would form support networks, relying on local emergency services. Millions would be relocated from the most affected areas, creating an unprecedented refugee crisis. International aid would flow in, but the scale of the disaster would test global cooperation. Scientists would work tirelessly to measure gas levels, track ash dispersion, and predict long-term climate effects. Their data would be crucial for guiding recovery efforts. Governments would prioritize restoring clean air, water, and food supply chains. The world would adjust to a temporary volcanic winter, a period of hardship and adaptation. Humanity's resilience would be tested as we faced a new, colder, and darker reality. Survival would depend on ingenuity and collective action. After weeks of continuous eruption, the supervolcano would finally cease its fury. Yellowstone National Park would be permanently altered, its landscape scarred and transformed. The immediate crisis would subside, but the long-term challenges would just begin. a massive, years-long ash cleanup project would commence, an undertaking of unimaginable scale. Farmers worldwide would develop new growing strategies, adapting to the changed climate and shorter growing seasons. Scientists would meticulously study the event, hoping to improve future volcanic predictions. Humanity would adapt, rebuild, and learn from this monumental experience. The world would emerge changed but not broken, forever marked by the power of the Earth. We would prepare for the future, armed with hard-won knowledge. The eruption of the Yellowstone Supervolcano remains a monumental natural event, a global challenge unlike any other. It is a stark reminder of the immense power that lies beneath our feet. It forces us to confront our vulnerability in the face of planetary forces. Yet, it also serves as a testament to humanity's resilience and capacity for adaptation. While a terrifying prospect, such a scenario would ultimately highlight our ability to unite, innovate, and survive even the most catastrophic events